the Northwest Weather Podcast from Fox 13 Seattle.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Northwest Weather Podcast. I'm Chief Meteorologist Brian MacMillan, alongside Adam Gehrke, our traffic guru here at Fox 13. And, so how has the new year treated you? I haven't, we haven't talked on the podcast since then.
That's right.
Any big goals this year, Adam?
To avoid downtown Seattle as much as possible. That is one of the number one goals.
Actually, you know what? That's a good call because we have a Revive I-5 coming up, and as weather and traffic collide, we're definitely going to be talking about that here in this podcast, so you can know how to get around this project that's going to be going on for the next 2 whole years.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, weather-wise, we've had a very wet start to the month, and we have some dry weather ahead. So let's get right into it here with your weather headlines. And we'll start with a look at January so far here, Adam. We've had a nice little mix. Cooler than average days, warmer than average days. The past 5 days have been warmer than average. And actually yesterday, so we're recording this on Wednesday, Tuesday, January 13th, we had a high of 58 degrees at SeaTac.
Balmy.
And that is balmy. That is warm for this time of year. You're thinking, it felt kind of warm yesterday.
Like shorts and T-shirts and that sort of at 58.
Exactly. And that, my friends, was a tie of the record that was set back in 2018, 58 degrees. Now, as we move ahead here over the course of the next week, it's going to be a little cooler than that, but still above average for this time of year. As far as our rain goes, we've had a very wet first half of January, and we've had already about 3 1/3 inches of rain for the first half of January so far. That's more than halfway to where we should be for a normal January. However, we are, again, going to be very dry coming up for at least the next week. It's all due to this ridge of high pressure that's overhead. And this time of year, to get several days in a row of not just dry weather, but warmer than average weather too, is pretty unusual. Because, Adam, I talked about this before, where sometimes you have to trade the dry weather with really cold weather, right?
True.
But in this particular weather pattern, we're actually looking pretty warm, and we're looking pretty dry, and we're going to be sunny as well. Those overnight lows are going to be pretty chilly down into the 30s.
Now, I'm wondering, it feels like sometimes the pendulum will swing as well. So we got these great, nice days. Are we going to pay for it on the back end of this equation, do you think?
I'm sure we will, right? That's how things go. Last year, do you remember, we didn't have any lowland snow really throughout the winter, and then in February, that's when it came. It came, and we paid the price there in February. So we'll see. Maybe we have to wait until February for some lowland snow coming up this year too. But the snow levels are going to be super high. Ooh. It's even, if you're watching this, you can see like it's off the charts. Okay, so freezing levels. It's not snow levels if it's not snowing. It's freezing levels. So freezing levels are going to be above 7,000, 8,000 feet. Oh, no. So that means for all of our ski resorts, unfortunately, bad news, right?
That's
We're going to continue to lose some of our snow depth that we got from those snowstorms that happened a little bit earlier in the month. Yeah. Highs today on this Wednesday that we're recording this are going to be into the 50s. And as we look around the region, we're going to be looking really nice. And there'll be more sunshine as you work your way east of the Cascades. We're finally getting to some cooler weather out in the Midwest as well. Areas like Chicago and Minneapolis and the Dakotas will finally get cold. I mean, everybody has been talking about across the country how this is the winter that hasn't really gotten here yet, So I think maybe all of us will have a price to pay here coming up here in the second half of winter. But really nice weather ahead. There's a huge Seahawks game. I don't know if you've heard anything about this, Adam, that's coming up on
I've been
on
living
Saturday.
under a rock somehow. I've avoided this.
The Seahawks game on Saturday against the San Francisco 49ers.
Right.
The town is buzzing.
The weird thing about this is, too, historically speaking, in playoff football, weather is often a major contender.
Oh, sure.
The frozen tundra, of Lambeau Field,
right.
Or, rainball, as it were. We've seen all kinds of nasty weather before.
We've even had snow here in Seattle, for games. And we're just not really going to be seeing that on Saturday. I mean, it's going to be kind of a perfect night for football.
It's like a fine August night almost for football.
Yeah,
or maybe
not
September,
that,
October, but
yeah. But go Hawks. For that game, we're talking temps in the upper 40s around kickoff to around 50 degrees. It should be clear that night. It should be fairly calm that night as well. And my goodness, that place is going to be rocking.
This means
it is going to be rocking.
Jason Meyer's leg is going to be
That's right.
dead on this time.
That's right. Well, I sure hope
no
so.
wind interference.
Now, we talk a lot about weather on the podcast. We got to talk about traffic, having you on here. And thanks for coming
Yeah.
on today, because a huge thing that has now recently popped up that we were expecting, we were waiting for it. This week was the beginning of Revive I-5.
Yes.
And this project is going to be sticking around for a while.
Yeah, this is say hello to the next 2 years of the rest of your life. I mean, this is what this feels like right now, where drivers trying to get through downtown, northbound I-5, reduced to just 2 lanes on the Ship Canal Bridge. But in the meantime, WashDOT has pegged the express lanes in the northbound direction for the duration. Now, the way they're selling this is they're telling people, well, this is until June. And you kind of go, oh, wow, okay, only until June. And then you go, no, because then it's the World Cup, and they pull all the cones from everything to let all the traffic happen in through downtown Seattle during the World Cup. And then they put everything back into play come July. So once the World Cup is done, they're going to put all the same barriers in place, and that northbound traffic and that northbound reduction is going to continue through the end of the year.
Through the end of the
End of
year.
the year.
So what kind of work are they actually doing during the winter months where the weather is not as great?
They are ripping up the roadway on the Ship Canal Bridge itself, and they are repaving the roadway. Because if you've ever looked at drone footage, when we fly a drone or a helicopter or anything over the bridge, it looks like a patchwork quilt of repairs that they've been doing for the last 40 years. And so there's
this work is a long time coming.
Yeah, they have not done serious work on the bridge in about 40 years on northbound and southbound I-5 on the Ship Canal Bridge. So this is going to effectively repave everything, because what they'll end up doing, I mean, they're shuffling lanes is what they're doing and trying to make room for all this construction. Then at the end of this year, 2026 becoming 2027, they're going to turn everything around and they're going to make it head in the southbound direction. They're going to take care of those southbound lanes, which have also been neglected for 40 years. And so right now, I'm not worried about the drivers trying to get into town northbound on I-5. It's all the folks southbound right now who are really stacking up and paying the price. Because northbound, you get the benefit of the express lanes, and volumes generally seem to work out okay. Those southbound folks, though, they really get hammered all year long. And then next year, we've got that construction in the southbound direction. And even though we'll have some express lanes then, it's still, I think, going to be a very unpleasant experience for people coming out of the north and heading south.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the nickel tour.
Oh, boy. Well, and I mean, how do you get around it? What do you do?
Thoughts on that? We saw 99 working as a good alternative right now for a lot of folks trying to avoid southbound I-5. So you've got 99 as an option. If 99 becomes one of those points though, where everyone starts leaning onto it, go west, said the man. And Ballard is not going to like me for saying this, but 15th is a good arterial as well that crosses the Ballard Bridge and runs up towards Holman Road and moves kind of through the little further west side of things. And so that is a good arterial if 99 starts getting really crowded. So we've got a couple alternatives to watch going west. Going east, 405, naturally going to be the other option.
But that's going to be impacted over the next year.
And most
or
certainly.
Two.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Either way, we're all
right.
paying the price.
We're going to be thankful that it's done when it's done, right? And we're going to learn to live with this because it's happening for a very long time. So
2 years.
Yeah, I would say plan in a lot of extra time if you're ever having to come in for a Mariners game, a Seahawks game, a work every day, all that stuff. And maybe use the light rail if you can, right?
Correct. That also just skims right across the traffic. Liking that option. Community transit, town transit, both providing lots of options for folks getting out of the north, trying to head south. Liking those both.
Awesome. Thank you, Adam. And, we're going to now move on here to our city of the week. And this is a little game we like to play.
Yeah.
Learn a little bit more about some of the cities here in Western Washington. So so how this works, before we get into it, is that Adam's going to read some clues.
Yes.
He promised this one was an easy one for me this
Yeah.
week. We'll see.
Yeah. I've said that before.
You have, and it took me a while.
Yeah.
So he's going to read some clues, some history about a certain city. You can guess, and you probably will before me. So let's try this.
Brian and I did not do our meditational Vulcan mind meld before this, so we may not be connected here today, but we'll give it a go. So this city, it is a city, has about 900 businesses in that city, and a number of them are actually like Fortune like 500 companies. Or something.
Oh, they were going to say fortune-telling business.
Well, there could be. There's actually, I guarantee there is a fortune-telling business of some sort in this city.
Okay, all right.
So, House of Representatives, Representative Adam Smith comes from this city, if that doesn't tell you anything. This city was actually incorporated in 1990.
Okay. In 1990?
1990. So it is a recent city.
A newer
but its
city.
development actually kind of began around 1940. It happens to house the Seattle Aviation Field Office. And it happens to be the host of the international airport, which is referring itself as SEA.
This would be SeaTac.
Correct!
SeaTac,
Brian,
yes,
and tell the folks why this is important.
Well...
Today on The Big Show.
Yeah, today on The Big Show, we had a mega poll, which we do every year. It's like a question of the day.
Yes.
About what is something, a new name that you have yet to adopt or that you refuse to adopt. And SEA Airport has put out a little thing on social media saying you're saying the name wrong. It's not SeaTac International Airport. It's SEA Airport, International Airport. Yeah. So, and I can't even say it right now.
Yeah.
So we were wondering what are the other things like, for instance, Bell Square or Bellevue Square, and now is called the Bellevue Collection.
Or the EMP is now known as
Mopop.
Oh,
Mopop. Sorry,
yeah.
Mopop.
Yeah.
That's right, Mopop.
Lumen Field, once known as CenturyLink.
Yes. Safeco, now T-Mobile Park.
Right.
All these.
So on and so forth.
Yeah.
But SeaTac, the name of this city is SeaTac. To me, the airport will always be SeaTac. I will stand on this mountain.
I'm right there with you, and I think it's going to take an entire generation to change.
I sure hope it is generations. I hope this is the rebranding that fails so miserably because they've been trying this for years. Yeah. It hadn't worked on me. So,
this reminds me a lot of the HBO rebranding where it went from HBO to HBO Max and then it went to Max and now it's going back to HBO Max. So we'll see. No. I don't know. I'm with you. I will always call it SeaTac. I just can't with the SEA.
The city is called SeaTac. It's called SeaTac.
Well, there you have it. There's your city of the week. Enjoy this dry weather, you guys. I mean, get out. I walked the dog for an extra long walk yesterday, and I could have done it in a T-shirt, I think.
Yeah.
We're not going to have that kind of weather coming up, and the tide will turn. So enjoy this weather while we've got it. It's going to be dry for the next week. Adam, thank you so much. Use your patience with the Revive I-5 project. We'll be done in a couple of years. All right. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll catch you next week.
Northwest Weather is available wherever you get your podcast.